Welcome to the channel. In today's video, I'll be covering the new checkbox feature that recently released in Excel. It'll be a very useful tool for simplifying spreadsheets. It's very easy to use, and we can get started by grabbing this group of cells right here, going to the Insert tab, and then in the ribbon under Controls, just click Checkbox. We can also delete checkboxes by pressing the Delete button with those cells activated. If we select these and these, we can add checkboxes to all of these, and what the checkboxes are doing when we click them are evaluating to true or false. For the sake of this example, we'll just take the value of this cell. Whenever we click and check the box and uncheck it, it goes from true to false. So this alone could be used as a way, if we press Control P to bring up the print screen, to create a form. And this will be savable for PDFs for final versions and can be used for products, clients, and anything that really has multiple selections that we want to choose from to create an easy user experience for this spreadsheet. And one quick tip will be whenever we have multiple ones selected, say we grab all of these cells, we can press delete, which will just remove the checks from the boxes. And for the sake of this example, say the segments can be both consumer and corporate, or one or the other, but we only want one base model, meaning that if we select Model 1, we do not want Model 2 to even be able to be selected. We'll need to use data validation for this. And so if we unselect these and grab this row right here, we'll go to the Data tab, Data Validation, and we'll click this drop down to not allow any value. We'll allow a custom value, and the formula will be equal count if. Then we'll grab this row right here that we already had selected, and then we'll put a $sign, meaning that this column will be fixed and H will be fixed. So when we drag this down, it will stay in these columns, but only keep the row. Then we'll put a comma, type true, close the parentheses, and then is less than or equal to 1. Meaning in this row, we only want there to be one true or one box selected. We'll click OK. And now whenever we select Model 1 and try to select any other model, it will not work. And the same will be true for these rows. Once we grab this, paste it down, say we grab Model 2, now 1 and 3 cannot be selected. And also for 3, now 2 and 1 cannot be selected. So data validation can be important with only allowing the valid checkboxes that we want to be checked, but we can also incorporate some other functions with these true or false values. So we can add some ifs. So if we wanted to type equals if this is true, which means that it is selected. So if F5 equals true, we could create a value, say price based on Model 1. We will need to put this between double quotes. And then if it's false, not Model 1. So now if we put this down, so instead of price based on Model 1, we could now just change this to a dollar amount. We'll say $100. And so imagine if we had multiple other selections that would feed into a price, we could create ifs and then add them together to create a final price. So that will be one way to use these new checkboxes. Another example of how these checkboxes can be used will be a project tracker that will track tasks, and it can give us something like the percentage of the tasks that are done. So this will be another count if, just like we did in data validation. So in this cell, we can do equals count if, and we'll just grab this range, and the criteria will also be true. So we're counting if any of these equals true. So we can see when we select 2, that number changes, and it will change with whichever ones we select. So we can copy this formula down, and it will check all these different rows. So we know that there's 10 tasks. So we want to see out of 10 how many are completed. So if we take this count if, which will be anywhere from 0 to 10, and divide it by 10, it will give us a percentage or a number. So 0.1 would be 10%. So we can actually grab these really quick, go to formatting, change these to a percentage. So now we can go into conditional formatting and add a new role. So we can format the style based on a data bar. We'll want to change these to numbers. Even though this is a percent, it'll be anywhere from 0 to 1 instead of a percentage. So from 0 to 1. We can change the color here to maybe a green bar, and we'll click OK, which means as these are selected, the values will go up so we can track what tasks are done and the progress for each one. So this creates a very simple, easy way to just click on a checkbox and change different outputs dependent on what we're trying to build. And this will be super easy for someone to build and also for someone to use, which is why I think it's a great idea that they did decide to add checkboxes into Excel. But that's all I have for you in this video. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button and subscribe. And thanks for watching.